Creating a design portfolio can be tough. In this video, I want to share with you some of the top mistakes to avoid when you're creating your design portfolio. Now, I hired several designers over the course of the years, both juniors and also more advanced senior designers, and I noticed some common patterns which I did myself, especially when I first started out, and I want you to avoid so that you can save a lot of time and get the design job or project that you dream of. So let's get started with the very first one, and that is a lacking of personality. Now, a design portfolio shouldn't be all exclusively about the design work. You want to show some personality and really make it unique and tailored to your design style and your personal branding. And this is something which is really important and that sometimes, especially junior designers, don't really take into consideration, maybe because they don't have as much confidence as more senior figures. But essentially, what they do a lot of the times, but essentially what I've seen them doing sometimes is that you see a great portfolio design and then you almost copy it without really thinking about giving it a unique twist to it. And that is something which is really going to help you stand out. And it's always important to think with your own head and try to create a custom solution which is going to feel good when it comes to your personal branding. Now, another mistake which I see quite a bit is not explaining the design projects. So this would essentially entail just having pretty pictures in your design portfolio, but without any explanation or giving no hints as to what the process was or what your responsibilities you covered during that design process. And this is something which is really important because especially when if you want to differentiate yourself from the many designs that can create good looking images, it's really important to focus on your problem solving skills and identify what was the problem that you tried to solve at the beginning and what was the final solution and how you essentially managed to cover that problem or what were the issues which are raised during the process. So problem solving is definitely something that you want to keep in mind when you're creating your design portfolio, and it shouldn't necessarily be an entire long case study. In fact, just one or two paragraphs can be enough in order to convey these informations in a fast and efficient way to your prospect. Now, another mistake which I've seen quite a bit is having grammar mistakes in the design portfolio. And by the way, I'm not a native speaker, so I had to deal with this myself too. And I understand that if English is not your first language, this can be a little bit tricky, but there are definitely ways around this. So the first method is to actually hire someone who can proofread your portfolio and all of the text that you have in order to be sure that it's perfect. But if you want a cheaper alternative, maybe you don't want to invest into this at this very moment, you can simply use Grammarly since it's free for the very most part. It's going to cover all of the basic mistakes which you might have in your portfolio text. And another issue which I see in the portfolio is either showing off too many projects or too little projects. Now, my best recommendation is to just keep it clean and simple and try to aim for a minimum of 3 to 4 projects and a maximum of 10 projects, because more than that or less than that, it's not going to be the sweet spot in my opinion in order for you to showcase your abilities and your skills. And also try to keep the amount of projects differentiated and varied, since sometimes you see portfolios which only have one specific type of project, and if you're looking to enter a specific niche or only work on a specific type of project, that's totally fine. However, if you're looking to maybe reach out and work with all sorts of different companies and on different projects. So if, for example, you show that you wanted to create websites and you have a lot of websites in your portfolio, chances are you're not going to get hired for logo design specifically, but it's going to be a higher chance that you're going to be hired for website designs, since that's what you're showing. It's almost like saying, hey, do you want pizza? And if a client wants pizza, he's gonna say, yeah, let's give me pizza. So it's pretty simple. This is marketing 101, and it's just common sense, really.